Beautiful boxing fans, listen. Mikey Garcia, the former world champion and the man with the heart of a lion, the man just came out and he gave a very surprising breakdown of this unbelievable, iconic, historic, once in a lifetime showdown between the pride of Guadalajara, Mexico, the pride of all the Mexicans around the world, Canelo Alvarez, going up against the pride of Omaha, Nebraska, the boxing wizard, Terence Crawford. Mikey Garcia is the brother of the trainer of the year, the man who just won trainer of the year, Robert Garcia. And actually, before I play you this audio of Mikey Garcia, let's talk about Robert Garcia. 2 months ago, he made a video with his son in the gym, his son Pita, and he actually picked Crawford 2 months ago. But now, he just came out and did an interview with the Ring magazine and he picked Crawford. He picked Canelo. But he was like, Canelo, he's slowing down. His punch output, isn't the same. He doesn't have the same killer instinct, but definitely can do it. But I'm favoring Canelo. But Mikey Garcia, in that same video 2 months ago in the gym, he picked Crawford and he just did an interview right now and he doubled down. He doubled down and he broke the fight down and he picked Crawford. And I'm going to be honest, his breakdown and the points that he made were a bit surprising, but listen, I'm not going to lie. I'm always impressed when I hear Mikey Garcia break down fights because the man just talks about fights so effortlessly. The man just, as the people say, straight from the dome. The man doesn't really overthink anything. He just says what's on his mind. And let's hear and listen to what the man said and let's break it down and let's analyze it. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section, beautiful boxing fans. Let's get into it.
The fight, side by side, but it does face challenges. Every time you move up in weight, fighters are bigger, naturally bigger. They can take a bigger punch. They can give a better punch too. They're heavier. But this is a different matchup. Canelo's not as fast, not as aggressive. He kind of throws on cruise control. He's not one to use his strength as size to dominate all the time. Sometimes, like I said, just cruise control, which allows Crawford, I think, to fight a little bit more comfortable. Crawford's IQ, I think, is
Wait for it.
so
Wait for
I'm
it.
actually thinking he might pull it off.
If you were Crawford, how would you fight Canelo?
Box, counter punch, box, switch, from left-handed to right-handed, just make it complicated for Canelo, and win the decision. You're not going to hurt him, so win the decision.
So who do you think's gonna win?
I think Crawford's going to win.
You think Crawford?
I think Crawford's going to win.
By decision?
By decision. Nah, I can't.
Let's get into it. Actually, what Mikey Garcia said makes a lot of sense. And now, listen. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I've said it once, I'll say it twice, and I'll say it 1,000 other times. Canelo and Bud are simply the two greatest fighters my eyes ever saw. I have never seen any fighter as great and as creative as Canelo and Bud from all the tape that I have been watching. And I'm gonna say it again, I'm not a boxing historian. I haven't been watching the sport for decades. I wasn't around for the days of Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes, Jack Johnson, Dempsey, all these icons and greats, Roberto Duran. I have watched some of their fights, but as we're speaking right now, from all the tape that I have watched over the last 3 to 4 weeks, I have watched literally every single Canelo and Bud fight available on YouTube. And they are wizards. They are so gifted, they are so talented, they are so smart, so cerebral. And now, yes, it is a very tough task for Bud Crawford to do. But it is far from impossible. And that is why I actually posted a video a few days ago and I titled the video, Canelo versus Crawford, Anything Can Happen. Now, not only have I watched every single fight available from both men, but I have heard every single valid opinion from all the boxing legends current boxing champions and current boxing trainers and Hall of Famers. And they all talk about this fight nearly in the same way. I mean, some are favoring Bud, some are favoring Canelo, but at the same time, you can hear the respect in their tone when you talk about the skills of Bud and the skills of Canelo. And you know, when you talk about actually Bud and Canelo, it's not just about their skills, it's not just about their power. You know, I hear a lot of people talking about Canelo. Oh, Canelo will be too much because why? Because he's much more powerful and bigger. But no, that's actually discrediting Canelo's skills. I believe the greatest attribute that Canelo got is his sublime skill set. Not his power, not his head movement, not his iron chin. His skill level is unbelievable. The way that he goes to the body, the way that he goes to the head, the way that he keeps feinting to the body, feinting to the body, feinting to the body, going to the body, feinting to the body, going to the head, destroying your left side. And then you start dipping to your right side, and then he counters you with the uppercut on the right side and knocks you out. The way that he keeps setting up traps, the way that he cuts off the ring, the way that he acts lazy in the high guard, but then he's ready to catch and shoot. I mean, so many things that Canelo Alvarez does that only an expert eye in combat sports will appreciate and would appreciate. And same thing goes for Bud, beautiful people. Same thing goes for Bud. No matter who Canelo fights, whether he fights someone in their prime or past their prime, whether he fights an inexperienced Berlanga, whether he fights an old Golovkin, whether he fights a wage-trained Callum Smith, whether Bud fights Kell Brook past his prime, American past his prime. I mean, one thing that you can't fake, regardless of your level of opposition, you can't fake your greatness. You can't fake your skill. You can't fake the way you operate in the ring. I mean, yes, you can look better than what you are in some spots. But let me tell you this. There's a reason why. There is a reason why all the boxing greats and all-time legends have so much respect for Bud and Canelo. It's not just because of their charisma. It's not just because of their crazy records. It's not just because of their crazy accolades. No. But it's because of the way they jab, the way they move, the way they cut off the ring, the way they set up their power shots, the way they catch and shoot, the way they roll with punches, the way they handle adversity, the way they lose the round and go back to the corner and regroup and come back from behind and score devastating knockouts. The way they are always eager and ready to look for the biggest and baddest and most violent wolf available opposition, and they run straight to the fire. And even though Canelo didn't win all of his fights, but who cares about the undefeated record? I've said it once and I'll say it again. I don't care about the undefeated record. You cannot care about the undefeated record and want the best to fight the best. Those two things don't go hand in hand. So, at least for me, I just want to see the best fight the best. So, I cannot care. I couldn't care less about the undefeated record, about the flashy accolades, about the unblemished record. That's all for the birds. We'll leave that to that idiot, Floyd Mayweather, that sellout. We'll leave it to him. Let him enjoy that undefeated record. I mean, without his undefeated record, I mean, the man... I mean, that's another story for another day, but I can't talk about peasants when I'm talking about two all-time greats like Crawford and Canelo. You can't even compare that small little insecure man to Bud and Canelo. It takes much more than 36 minutes, a couple of times a year, to call yourself a great. It's much more than that. Canelo Alvarez just donated $30 million to the people of Gaza. That's something that Muhammad Ali would have done. So you might as well put Canelo Alvarez with Muhammad Ali. Why? Because he's great inside and outside the ring. Not like that small little insecure man. I met him a few years ago, and if only I knew what I know now. And look at who he's standing with. If you know, you know. Getting back to this unbelievable showdown, unbelievable topic, unbelievable fight, once in a lifetime fight, the biggest and greatest fight the sport has seen in years, if not ever. I get it. I get it, Mikey. You're picking Bud, and I get it, Robert. You're picking Canelo. I get it from both sides. Why? I mean, listen, the Garcia family, it doesn't get any more accomplished and knowledgeable when you talk about the sport of boxing. And the trainer of the year and former world champion is picking Canelo. And the multi-division world champion, his brother, from the same legendary lineage, is picking Bud. What does that tell you? I'll tell you what that tells you. That tells you that this fight is simply one of the greatest fights ever. There's a reason why I keep switching my pick. And I'm going to make my final prediction, even though, honestly, I'm just going to make it for you guys. Just because I know that you guys like a prediction, I'm just going to give you a prediction at the beginning of fight week. But in all actuality, no matter who wins and who loses, I'm not going to care. I'm going to give the winner and loser all the love, respect, credit, admiration, flowers, anything and everything positive that you can think of. Why? Because I don't really care who wins. I just want to see both men dare to be great and live up to their potential and make all the money in the world and get back home to their families safe and happy and successful. Because listen, that's what it's all about. We get too caught up in the result. It makes us forget about their unbelievable, incredible journeys. So appreciate both men while they are still here and still fighting, because they're retiring pretty soon and it's going to be a very sad day.